Hey everybody, so this is going to be very quick. I'm in the middle of watching Brian's live stream. We're about 30 minutes in, or I don't know if it's 30 minutes in yet. I know it's still live, but at about 35 minutes on the current video, Jen, the Truth Seeker 69, she says a term, and it's a personal Mandela effect for me this whole election season. I've been hearing people say electoral, and sure, that can sound right, but what I want to say is that I've never called it the Electoral College. When I was in the 3rd grade and I was filling out that little stupid red and blue map for when Bush got elected, I was taught, and Jen, she used the term, and she's the only other person I've ever witnessed use the term that I in my heart know, and that is the Electoral College. I've always been taught that it is not the Electoral College. I've never heard that term before in my life. It was always the Electoral College. My whole grade school experience when Obama got elected and all of this, the Electoral College, that's what I knew. That's not what it is now, but let me play this for you.
So all day I'm getting tagged in Trump posts. Listen. And that's not it. I still let that slide. But listen, I've been doing this a long time. And I'm sorry. We're way past. Jen, how far past voting are you? And Jen, what do you think, before we even get into more specifically Joey, what do you think about the idea of knowing that maybe that the earth is flat and then still thinking you're going to go vote for the president?
I don't even understand how those two things can possibly go together. I know about voting and the fraud and the fraudulency of it, that our vote doesn't really even count. It's just the illusion that we have a choice and the illusion of the American dream that we get to go out and vote and actually vote for one of these jackwagons to rule over us and tell us what to do. Back in 2005 to going into 2006 when I wrote up to 9/11, and the whole George Bush thing was going on and everything, that's when I learned about the voting fraud and that our vote doesn't really count, the Electoral College and all this other stuff. And I've never voted anyway. I always was like...
So, there it is. She said it. She's actually the only other person I've ever heard use the term outside of myself. And, the one person I have through all of this with me, she's homeschooled, very sheltered, and very ignorant. She can't keep track of a lot of them. She doesn't know a lot of them, but and this is her first time voting this year too, and I told her, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I have no intention to vote. I've never felt more harassed or threatened during a voter season than now. The Democratic Party keeps sending me little letters that are reminding me that, my vote itself is private, but that whether or not the fact that I vote is public. And I'm just like, what? Are you going to put my fucking name somewhere? Are you going to post my picture somewhere? Are you threatening me with my public fucking record? Is this high school? Like, what is this? So, I don't know. I just thought that I'd bring that up, because as soon as I heard it, like, something in my brain clicked, and I'm like, yes. Anyway, I guess that's it. I really didn't want to make this a long video. I kind of just wanted to bring that up. Oh, and to do with voter fraud and everything, I learned today that in the state of Ohio, if your ID expired at or after March 9th, 2020, your ID is still valid for the November 3rd election. And then I asked the question while I was there. I'm like, well, if we have these ballot drop-offs, like, are these people's IDs being checked when they're dropping their ballots off? And what about this absentee mail-in ballot thing? Like, I don't have a valid driver's license. apparently, but I could go in tomorrow and vote if I wanted to. You know, like, it's a joke. And I'm agreeing with Jen and with Brian, like, this voting thing is a joke, and it is pure consent to whatever form of torture the winner decides they want to put on all of us, or whatever the fuck is going to happen. I'm not doing it. Again, I have no intention of voting. And I think that I just don't know if there's a good way to, there's just not a good way. This whole system just has to burn down to the ground before any of this is going to get any better. And people hate when I talk about that, but it's like, what are you wearing to the Civil War next week? You know? I don't know. That's literally what everybody is like on Facebook right now. I don't know. They all want to fight each other, and I just want us to fight the people who we should really be fighting. But I know nothing will come from it, and that all my friends think I'm crazy, and that's fine. But yeah, Jen said the Electoral College. That's how I've always known it. It's a personal effect for me, and it might be an effect for Jen too. I don't even know if she knows that it's not the Electoral College anymore. I just wanted to put that out there. Thanks for listening.